Hello, everybody. Brian here, and thank you so much for tuning in to Video Game News for today's Tuesday. It's actually not Monday. What is this? Today, Tuesday, July 7th. I usually do this on Monday, but yesterday I was very, very busy contemplating life choices, so I decided not to do this. So we're here for you on Tuesday. Got some video game news. We actually got quite a bit of news I'm going to go over today. But don't worry, I'm going to go over it pretty quickly. We're not going to linger too long. I just kind of want to touch a lot of things. So first of all, my PlayStation 4 broke the other day. It was 2 days ago. My PlayStation 4 broke. Booted it up. To be fair, my PlayStation 4. Here, can I grab it? It is. I bought it broke. I bought it on OfferUp for $40, and it did not work. And I had to take off the top of it to get a little piece of metal and touch it right there to get it to start up. And it did not start up the other day. Oh, and when I did that, it didn't start up. The hard drive was broken, and I went to Best Buy, replaced the hard drive, and I pretty much decided I was a technology wizard at that point, and then I built my own PC. And anyways, moral of the story is it broke. It doesn't work. So that's why we're going to talk about this first story, because I think I may be going away from buying consoles. And this first story is giving me some resolve in making that choice, because Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the PlayStation 4 exclusives, is no longer a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and is now available to PC gamers on Steam. Is it available now? I think it's here now. If it's not here now, it's for pre-order and it's selling. But either way, this is just a trend that I think is going to continue to happen. I think we all kind of know this. And if you don't know this, you do now. If you don't know, now you know. Games are going to be on PC that were once console exclusives. I mean, why not? They're just going to sell more money. They're going to make more money by selling more games. It's something that I thought it was crazy to me that Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't available for a year. That sucked. It sells consoles, I get it, but if you don't mind waiting a year, man, PC is the way to go. I'm gonna leave it at that, though. That's just my decision. I know I don't want to start another console war here. But we all know PCs are the best. Okay. All right. So another PlayStation 5 exclusive reveal event coming soon, says rumor. A PlayStation event happened a while back, and it was amazing. We got to see a whole bunch of different PlayStation 5 games, which I hope come to PC, because I might not be buying a PlayStation anymore. We will see. Also, leave something in the comments and talk crap about if you think I should or should not continue to buy PlayStations. I do have my Switch still, and I always will, but that's something entirely different. Okay, so what this story? Silent Hill might be announced, and God of War 2 might be announced, and Fortnite. Who cares? Of course, Fortnite's going to be on it. Fortnite's on my cell phone. Whatever. But anyways, this is exciting. Also because the price was somewhat speculatively leaked. So let's look down here. This is the price right here. Check this out. Here, let's read it. So, all right, Reddit user USB whatever posted information from a Nelson survey, which asked about whether the features of the consoles justify the cost. The survey went on to ask the audience whether they were comfortable with spending $435 on a PlayStation 5 with the disc tray and $323 on the digital edition. So now this does not. This is just a pulse. We don't know. I mean, we don't know what decision they're making based off. This is just marketing information that they gathered. Those numbers are in the talk. I imagine it'd be really weird for them to come out and price it at a weird price, like $323 or $435. That would just be weird. I would say probably $450 and $399. That's probably what they would do. But hey, if those are the prices, I mean, you tell me, is that good enough for you to get a PlayStation 5? I would consider it. Like I said, I might not be buying consoles anymore, but if they're cheap, then there's always a possibility. Okay, speaking of possibilities, or cheap, I don't know. Speaking of this next story, Do you like microtransactions in your video games? Do you like paying an extra $2 for an extra skin on your Fortnite character? Well, if you do, this BMW may be for you. So, BMW is introducing microtransactions for your car in their new operating system 7. Um, that sounds just crazy bonkers. So when I first the whole microtransactions things first started happening, I honestly didn't care because I thought it was just like, okay, that's just going to be extra add-on things. But then there's some games where the transactions aren't just skins; they're actually things that affect the game. The game is kind of based more around acquiring those types of things, so that and through all these grinding, so that you have more of an incentive to just buy them, and that honestly, that's just crap. I now see why that was people were alarmed by it back then. And gosh, this is bleeding into the BMW now. That it's ridiculous. I don't know. Hopefully, it means there's more features, new things, and that you're not missing out. But we all know it's just not how this stuff works. It's just not. So I don't know. Good, bad. You decide. But it's happening. It's happening. Video games are bleeding into real life in more than one way. Speaking of bleeding into real life, Rockstar is making an open world VR game, and none other than their LA Noire studio. Who is it? Is it Rockstar? Which one is it? Video Games Deluxe is the studio that helped bring Rockstar LA Noire to VR. It's an Australian studio. Okay. Yeah, so I played VR for the first time this weekend. I played Super Hot. My little sister had one of those new Vives that you don't need to hook it up to a PC, and it was amazing. It was really fun. I was getting down with some Super Hot, and it was super hard too. But that game was cool, and LA Noire is awesome. It was the very first game I got a platinum trophy on, and I was so proud of that. It's a really, really cool game. I love period pieces like this. It was so cool just to see LA and drive around LA in the 40s. It was 40s, right, or 50s? Either way, it was a really cool game. The they really pushed the facial recognition, the facial face capture technology in this game, and it was kind of a hit. It was kind of like a mixed review of whether people liked it or not, because you kind of had to tell people were lying based off it, and you would look at their faces. It was kind of wonky. It wasn't the best game mechanic, but that being said, that was what they were doing, way back in whenever they were working on this game. Imagine what they can do now, and if you're going to be doing a VR game, all that kind of stuff is going to be really important. So I'm actually really excited. I would love to do an LA Noire VR type game. I would like it to be a new LA Noire. Like I said, I've already beat the whole thing and got a platinum on it, so I've done everything in that game. So I would rather it be a new story, but I love the idea of this studio and perhaps this time period, coming back, or just a different time period. I would love to see things in Europe or just other parts of the world. Who knows? But anyways. That's exciting, and speaking of exciting, Star Wars Squadron Let's Players turn off the HUD. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I'm excited. So, The Witcher 3 was the first game where I really, really cared about, where I tried this out, where I didn't have the map anymore on the screen. So if I needed to look at the map, I'd have to press the menu and go to the map and look at it, and then look at markers in the world based off reading the map. And I would turn off as much as I could to kind of be more immersed into that world. It's kind of cool way to play games if you're a nerd, which I guess I am. But I would love that for these types of games. I love cockpit games. This game is exciting. I'm going to buy this game, and if it has microtransactions, I'm going to microtransaction the heck out of it, because I don't care. I love Star Wars Rogue Squadron, so if this game's like that, and it has good battling, I'm excited. I'm excited for the no HUD. I love the first person cockpit view. So this is dope, and would be perfect for, like I was mentioning in the last video or last news story, VR. This would be perfect VR game, dude. That'd be really cool. Other than I do feel like I'll probably get sick playing it. Okay, and let us move on to our very last little bit of news here. this is a little bit of just something fun. So Elon Musk reveals his favorite video games of all time, and the real reason I decided to talk about this was because some of these are basically some of my favorite games of all time too. Fallout New Vegas, Deus Ex, Half-Life 2, Mass Effect 2. I love that he says Mass Effect 2. That is definitely the best one. I love Mass Effect 2. That is one of my favorite games of all time. Half-Life 2, amazing. Deus Ex, I think he means the first one, which I have not played, though I do have it, so I may play that one eventually. And then New Vegas and Fallout 3, they were definitely my favorites. They were actually, there's the only two I played. I did play 4, but I fell off. I falled out. New Vegas was great. I also liked 3 just because it was the first of that kind of an experience that I had. I was like, oh, it's like Oblivion, but it's post-apocalyptic Oblivion. So that was really exciting. Never played Saints Row 4. I don't know. Is it good? Let me know. I don't know. But it's funny here. So Musk once compared himself to the Deus Ex protagonist, which is Jensen, which caused a bit of backlash as many online thought that he had more in common with the game's villain instead, which is probably true. But that's just funny. I just found that all funny. I've been playing through Deus Ex. I think Jensen, I've described him as like the dad that like is really into like the stay-at-home dad that like reads too much news and like owns like a handgun. Like that's like who I feel like Jensen is, but then he's also half cyborg, or not cyborg. What is it called? What do they call the people that? Oh, I forget. Whatever. All right. Well, anyways, that's it for today. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what are your favorite games. Let me know do you like the microtransactions in BMWs and leaking into life, and how much would you pay for the PlayStation 5? Those are all things I'd love for you guys to leave comments below, talk about. And until next time, I will see you guys later.